Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Super Robot Wars Tyson J. And in this episode, well, the stage is pretty standard for this episode, to be honest. There's nothing too special you really need to do. So let's see what's going on in the story right now. So here's what's going on essentially. Actually, I don't actually want to say anything because, well, I've played quite a bit farther into the game at this point. I think I'm on stage 9 right now. And I don't want to give any spoilers because, well, this time you guys can actually understand what's going on. Looks like there's some weird mech out there that can stop some units. But yeah, we're gonna head to Mars. Doesn't that sound fun, guys? Yeah, as of this point, we don't really know what's going on in Mars right now. All we know that there was some sort of attack on Mars, and we don't know how many survivors are over there. And we're gonna go find out. Oh, who are these guys? There's some red border around their, their text. So I wonder what that means. It's probably nothing. But if you're wondering what series these guys are from, they're from Brain Powered, and this is one of the only times this actually happens. This might happen a few more times, but as you can see, there's a cutscene going on with like a maps with I don't know what you call this, a map screen, I guess, and a stage map screen, whatever. And this doesn't usually happen. We don't actually do anything in this stage in terms of controlling a unit. This is all just a cutscene. So yeah, I actually found this quite odd when I was recording this, because I thought I didn't remember there being a stage here, and I was getting ready to do something here, but nothing actually does happen that we can actually do. But it does introduce us to the Brain Powered, which we won't be seeing for a while. So I'm not entirely sure why they introduced the units. I suppose it's to just show the beginning of this particular series. I think this is just an info dump regarding the series, so we actually have somewhat of an idea of what's going on here. And that's, there are plates being sent around all over the place, and these guys called either Grand Chairs, or Brain Powered are popping out of them, and apparently the Grand Chairs don't like the Brain Powered. This guy looks a bit evil looking, but it's a blue border on his text, so he must be good. He's a good guy. And Toya's still complaining. It's kind of a bit like Kira, to be honest, from Gundam Seed. But we'll talk more about that later. Unbark. Oh, yeah, these guys. So what they're referring to now are the Voltus... No. Is it Voltus? No, or is Voltus V the other one? No, this is Combattler. This is Combattler V, not Voltus V. Voltus V we don't see until much later. But yeah, this is Combattler V. Well, the pilots of Combattler V. Combattler V is another super robot, kind of like Mazinger Z. It's a bit more flexible because, well, it has... didn't notice that, but if you actually notice in the bottom right there, there's a little thing that says Rafflebot. that was the site I tried. And that site, it's like a meme maker. And when I did something in there as server testing, I noticed that it sort of filled up the background a bit. It filled like the black spaces. That was kind of, if there was a little bit of a space between the whatchamacallit, the video and the image in the back. But it looks like since that's there, you guys won't be able to see it because I'm gonna get rid of it in editing. So I'm just gonna go over back to what the background was before. So yeah. But yeah, I use memes. No, I don't. I was just testing something. I actually use one of those things to make memes to quickly put a number on my thumbnail, actually, in case you're wondering. It actually takes me much faster just to do that instead of actually opening up an image editing program, you know, and do that. And so, yeah, that's what I do. But anyway, let's not talk about that anymore. Hey, look, it's Eureka, yeah, Eureka. You know, she's pretty eccentric. And there's Rory there. Doesn't really have much of an emotion going on. Can't see Fukube. Can't see his eyes. But you know, he's got those pretty cool eyebrows. Rory the pessimist. I'm sure they're all alive. Yeah, I could tell. Yeah, they're alive. Fine. Well, there's gonna be. I'm gonna spoil this right now. There's gonna be a lot of aliens. Well, yeah. There's aliens. So yeah. So who's it? Noel and Aki, I think their names were. They pilot a ship called the Blue Earth, and it's quite a useful ship. Well, yeah, I say ship. It's like a plane thing. It's a useful unit because it can repair and I believe resupply as well. To resupply, that the unit can't have. If it moved during that turn, it can't resupply. So yeah, that's something. You know what? I think I'm just gonna get rid of the background. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get rid of it. I was thinking of keeping it there, but the background's kind of distracting me. And if it distracts me, then it's gonna distract. It's gonna distract more people than just having black bars. So I'm just gonna get rid of the background, just have black bars from now on the side, because this is a Game Boy Advance game. While I could technically stretch it to, you know, fit the outside, that's just gonna be a bit much. It's gonna be more of a hassle than it's worth, really, because whenever I try to do that, for some reason the rendering time is a lot longer. But anyway, don't worry, that's stuff for another time. Oh god. Oh yeah, we're getting attacked by the UEFA. And I wasn't paying attention to that. Was that the moon? Huh. Kind of just didn't really notice that. I was recording the stage, just kind of thought that was as a big rock. So yeah, the Ace Valus units need to stay close to the Nadesco, however you want to pronounce it. I'll probably say Nadesco more than Nadesco, but yeah, they kind of have to stay close to it. There's no real penalty if they get out of the little area around it, but I believe if they stay in it, their energy recovers each turn. So, and they don't have that much energy compared to other units, at least anyway. So yeah, you're gonna want to keep them within that range. I don't recall if they get extra protection while in that range, but well, yeah. So you'll see it when you move the Ace Valus units what that range is around the Nadesco. Yeah, but this playthrough I'm trying something a little bit different, I guess. I don't usually use these battleships here. I don't know why. I just never really used them. I guess they were... I don't know why, to be honest. But I'm going to use them now in this playthrough. So I'm going to be upgrading them and whatnot. No, not right away, but... They're gonna be units that I'm actually going to use. They work a decent enough as tanks. And in regards to what I'm gonna do for in regards to showing animations, my thought process is if it's an enemy we haven't seen before, I'm gonna show off their attack, at least one of them. And if it's an animation of a unit that we have and we haven't seen their animations before, that particular animation before, then I'm gonna show it if I remember to show it. And if we're battling a boss, I'll show all or most animations in regard to that particular, you know, with regards to confrontations with that boss. And during the enemy's turn, I will skip all of the battle animations. So only on my turn will I, unless an enemy doesn't attack, or or a boss attacks me, or unless an enemy doesn't attack that we haven't seen before, or attacks a unit that. Well, for the this will be easier to say. For the most part, if an enemy unit attacks me, I won't be showing it at the. Yeah. Maybe not at the beginning here, since we haven't seen much of anything at this point in the game. It's only the second stage. We haven't seen any of these units, but... Meh. But I guess the only time well, you see the Ace Valus units, a lot of the time, they're just kind of recolors of each other. They're slightly different in terms of how they look, but their animations are mostly the same. When it's appropriate, I do show their animations, but I'm not too worried about it. So that's something to keep in mind, I suppose. Yeah, I'm really gonna get rid of this background. I didn't think it would be bothering me this much. You guys won't know what I'm talking about because it's gonna be gone, but it's like literally it's bothering me a lot right now. I don't know if that's just maybe because of my screen and how it made the video look, but yeah, it's only gonna be on that first episode there. Jesus. But as I said earlier in the episode, there's not too much of anything really difficult about this stage. You shouldn't lose any units in this stage in particular, because there's really nothing to lose units to. Your unit should be able to take care of these guys for the most part. The only unit I can imagine you losing if you get unlucky would be either the Blue Earth or Akito. Or a Guy, I guess. Because they're kind of weak if they're not in the Nadesco, and if you didn't pay attention to that warning at the beginning, then I could see you having a lot of trouble. realized I'm a lot closer to the mic, and I didn't mean to do that. So, yeah, hooray. But yeah, the Blue Earth only has one attack, and it's this one. If you're wondering what series from the Blue Earth, what series the Blue Earth is from, I believe it's from Tekken Man. And there's kind of a reason why it only has one attack. Mostly because it's not a main unit from that series. And that's all I'll say about it for now. Saying any more would be more on the spoilerish territory, so I won't mention it right now, but yeah. But yeah, now we have Kadia as a sub-pilot for Toya there. And in case you're wondering, in the new OG game that's going to come out in June, Toya has... I don't know if it's like this game where you can have one sub-pilot or two, but I know for a fact that Toya at the beginning of the game only has, at least, only has Malua and Kadia here. Festina, I think her name was, is with, I think, the other protagonist that was our other playable character, original playable character here, is Calvina, I think her name was, and she has Festina. And Toya in the OG games, unless they allow you to choose, is pretty much the guaranteed. So yeah, I believe the unit that hasn't been shown in any of the trailers for that game is, as of this recording, is that purple unit we saw. What was that? Well, I don't think I even scrolled to the other units that other playable units for Toya. And yeah, it was a purple-looking unit, and that wasn't there. And of course, the secret unit is not there, the Vorlant. Maybe it's a secret in that game, though. Maybe if you beat the game, I don't know, a few times or once you can use the Vorlant. I don't know. That game is not out yet, but I do plan on playing through it. I don't know if I'll do... I was thinking of doing a playthrough of the game when it came out, but that probably won't be the case. Maybe, maybe not. It all depends, to be honest, on how far I am in Z in this game. Because I know I won't be done with this game by the time that game does come out. And I certainly won't be done with Z. Actually, they're both... Yeah, I certainly won't be done with Z since that's only being uploaded twice a week. And, oh. Looks like the Jovian Lizard's up to something. And, what was I gonna say? Yeah, and since he's uploading even less, and it has as many stages as this game, pretty much, on a single playthrough, that I doubt that I'll be anywhere close to done as that. I suspect by the time the new OG game comes out, Super Over Taisen OG game comes out, I'll be... Hang on, let me do some quick calculations in my head here. I'll probably be in stage 36 in this game if I stick to my schedule. And in Z, I'll probably be in stage 24 by the time that game comes out. So yeah, I suspect that I'll be done with this game in probably July, if everything goes the way I want it to, that is. And Z will be done after that. Because the Z is only getting uploaded twice a week. I'd say those are my best estimates in terms of when... Oh look, we got more His Fearless units. Going back to the game. These 3 Ace Valence units have 2 combinations of attack if their will or morale gets high enough. I forgot to mention this actually. When you defeat an enemy or some other conditions are met, you raise the will of your pilots. And oh, I think this is how it works. You defeat an enemy, your pilot increases by 10. Everybody else increases by 1. I think it's called will in this game. But yeah, that's how it works. And what happens is that you can perform more powerful moves. Generally, yeah. So like moves have a certain will requirement, and you can't do them until you have that will. So that prevents you from using your best moves right off the bat. There are spirits that can raise your will by 10, but those kind of use a lot of spirit points, so they're not really that. I only recommend you use them if you're kind of in a pinch and you really just need to use maybe not necessarily a pinch, but if you just really need to use a strongest move or a stronger move at the time, then that's when you would use them. Situational spirit. There's one thing of advice. It doesn't matter how much. Don't pay it. Well, it's a good idea to pay to the percentages. Pay attention to the percentages, like whether or not you will hit or not. Don't rely on them too much. If you know for a fact that your unit will die in one hit, and you aren't, and there's like a 10% chance that the enemy will hit, you may not want to do that because they can still hit and your unit will die. That happens to me in stage 9 or 8, where I use it. I use a unit. We don't have this unit yet. I use it. I attack it. Had only a 30% chance to hit. I thought it would be okay. It's at full health. It gets killed in one shot. I don't restart the stage because I'm too lazy to do that. But if I mess up like a secret prerequisite or something like that, which I do in the next stage, not the next stage, in stage 4 I believe, I won't re-record the stage, but I will go back, record the part I messed up or didn't do, and then show that on screen. So yeah. Is there anything else I need to mention? No, I don't think so. Yeah, the main reason why I kind of wanted to get this game done, to be honest, is because this is actually one of the games I did just start recording a long time ago. I believe I only got to stage 9 actually, and I don't think I ever got farther than that. I don't think it was for any real particular reason why I didn't. I think it was just me not recording this as often as I wanted to. So I just didn't. Oh yeah, those units up there, they have the distortion fields on them. So the Ace Valence units, or the weaker units in general, won't be able to do much to them, unfortunately, unless you're using the distortion punch, and even then they don't do too much. So you're gonna want to use your heavy hitters for those guys, because well, you'll see right here, the distortion field does absorb a bit of damage. So that's unfortunate. So what's kind of interesting about this move is that they did reuse like the base sprites for this. Like for all the Ace Valence units essentially have the same base sprite, just the head sprite's different. Of course their colors are different, but that's essentially what it is, because in BX that particular unit, when they did it in Super Wars BX, when they used the distortion punch, they don't punch, they just sort of ram into the other guy, which is I assume what happens in the show. And only certain pilots in the Ace Valence units actually do that punch. So that's something to think about, I guess. But for the most part, they try to be as faithful as they can to the source material. Sometimes in Super Robot Wars games, they even fix some of the what's considered the bad writing in or like a bad plot in a series that might have had potential. Like I believe in the original Z, they fixed Sea Destiny a lot, where like it was where people actually like that story, and like the voice actor of Shin, who's the main character in Sea Destiny, even said that he prefers that version over to the original, and the director of the original, apparently, of Sea Destiny got pretty pissed. So, or something, but he can't do anything about that, I guess. Because, well, he may have directed Sea Destiny, he doesn't actually, like, you know, have the property rights to that, I guess. And even then, I'm fairly certain that whoever, the company that makes Super Robot Wars games, has some sort of deal with the with Gundam, or even owns it, if I recall correctly. I don't recall. At least that's how. All I know is that they had, like, because it's not Band Presto anymore. All I know is that they had the license to Mazinger, Getter, Robot, Gundam originally, and I don't know if that's because they own the series themselves or whatnot, or their parent company on it. I have no idea how it works, so don't ask me. I don't know about that kind of stuff. I'm just assuming at this point, so take my words with a grain of salt. So, well, somebody's sending me a message in Skype, but I can't respond to that. I'm recording right now. I have to be professional. And yeah. Oh, we defeated all the enemies. Great. Did it. We kicked their asses. Yeah. Did it. You know, I've actually never seen the original, any of the series in this game, I think. I've seen a bit of the Mazin Kaiser OVA. I've seen a bit of Sea Destiny, but that was the dub, I believe, came out however long ago, and that was only like 1 or 2 episodes, so I have like no knowledge of that. Have I seen any other series? No, I haven't. It's kind of amazing that I like this series despite not having seen any of the series in it. I've only if I've seen a mech series, it's probably one of the newer ones. If you know, if in Super Robot Wars, if they're I've only seen, if I have seen the series, then it would only be in the newer Super Robot Wars game where they're using some newer, you know, mech animes. Because I've seen Gargantia, I think it was, and that was in Z3, which surprised the heck out of me. I'm like, oh wow, I just watched this like not even a year, well, probably was a year ago or two, but I watched this recently, and it's in Super Wars already. Hot dog. Oh, and I watched Hero Man too. But yeah, that's that. So I like this. This game is good enough on its own, where you don't. It's not necessary to have seen the original series that originated from. It's not necessary to see all of the, you know, the shows or the manga or whatever of the particular series that are in Super Robot Wars. You can get on just fine, just you know, taking the game for what it is. You do not need to see the source material, I think is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Oh, yeah, ever see a long pause like this? This is probably because I had to get up for like a second. But, so yeah, you know now. Oh, and if you couldn't tell, this is all post, so it's not live. Because I'm not doing a Super Robot Taisen game live. I feel like that would lead to a lot more hassle for me, to be honest, because I can, a lot less editing for me. Because I usually just I'll just record it in one, you know, I'll just record my successful attempt on the stage and, you know, commentate over that instead of having to edit over stuff. Oh, one thing I will be doing also as well that I haven't mentioned is the Puzzle Robos stages. They aren't too difficult, and I'll be doing them every few stages. I'm not entirely sure, like, when they be, like, when certain stages become available, because at stage 9 I think I only had 8 available, or stage 8 I only had 8 available, and they give you rewards like modules, parts, and money, and I'll be doing them, and they'll be added on as an extra episode. Like, they'll be like, it'll be like something, it'll be its own video in case somebody's looking to, you know, for a video on how to complete those particular stages. But it will be uploaded the same day, it'll be uploaded the same day, same time, as the, you know, episodes associated with, I guess. I won't be showing my upgrades that I've gotten, that I decided to get with the money I've received from the Puzzle Robo missions until the episode after that. Sorry if that's a bit confusing, but you'll understand what I mean once we actually get into once I actually get into that. So anyway, this episode is gonna be over in a minute. All I'm doing now is just applying my pilot points and whatnot, single modules and parts I have, and, you know, buying upgrades. So I'll see you guys again next time, whenever that is. Bye!